Raymond Bewry says he was stopped and searched by officers 16 times in 4 years.
Ray Bewry is a volunteer with the Prince's Trust, a law-abiding citizen. But out in his car or driving with other black people, he's been stopped by the police over and over again. In the early hours of the morning in August 1998, he and 3 other black friends were travelling along this road in Norwich. The crew of a police patrol car ordered them to pull over. Another case of stop and search.
This was the 16th time I've been stopped in 4 years, and I felt this was the last straw. I felt I had to make a stand. Of course, it's not just me, it's a lot of my colleagues, ethnic minority colleagues, who have been stopped and searched.
The Norwich and Norfolk Racial Equality Council says 4 years ago, black people were 7 times more likely to be stopped and searched by Norfolk police than their white counterparts. The council praises the commitment of Chief Constable Ken Williams to change things, but there's a long way to go.
We've seen them reduce from 7 times more likely on average to be stopped down to more recently 3 to 4 times more likely. It's still not good enough, but we are steadily working towards obviously reducing any differential that cannot be justified under race equality objectives.
In his case, Ray Bewry is seeking damages from the Chief Constable, claiming wrongful arrest and false imprisonment. The 2 police officers involved will give evidence before a circuit judge. We asked Norfolk Police to comment on Mr. Bewry's allegations. They said they were aware of his complaints, but felt it inappropriate to say more before the full court hearing. Kim Riley, BBC Look East.
Who claimed he was being victimised by the police because he's black has successfully sued the force. Raymond Bewry was stopped by the police 16 times over a 5-year period. He decided to sue Norfolk's Chief Constable for unlawful arrest and wrongful imprisonment. Today, a judge awarded him damages of £5,000.
Health and Safety Advisor Raymond Bewry insists he isn't anti-police. His quarrel is with a tiny minority of officers whose actions, he says, are racially motivated. For him, the last straw was an incident in this road in Norwich in August 1998. He and 3 other black men in a BMW were stopped and searched in the small hours of the morning. PC Chris McGiven said their behaviour made him suspicious they could be in possession of stolen goods. He claimed Mr. Bewry was aggressive, clenching his fists and swearing. He was arrested for obstruction likely to cause a breach of the peace. Judge Patrick O'Brien said nothing of any significance had happened to merit the stopping of the car. Without reasonable cause, Mr. Bewry had been taken hold of, searched and detained. He had been justified in becoming excited when his friends were asked about their country of origin. The judge said he preferred the evidence given by Mr. Bewry to that of the police. The court heard PC McGiven had carried out 49 stop and searches that year. Just one of them, Mr. Bewry's, involving a black man.
I felt degraded. I felt, there's no way a police officer should treat anybody the way I was treated. All I wanted was a thorough investigation, and if the police had carried out a thorough investigation, I wouldn't be here today.
In a statement, Norfolk Police said they would continue to stop and search anyone suspected of a crime. The Independent Police Complaints Authority has twice investigated this incident and beyond minor procedural errors has found no evidence of misconduct. In light of the judge's decision, the constabulary will reflect very carefully on the detail of his judgment. The court heard at the time of Mr. Bewry's arrest, black drivers in Norfolk were almost 7 times more likely to be stopped than white motorists.